Just get to the hospital. It doesn't matter. Just go. Just drive. It doesn't matter. Just get there. There's something wrong with you. There's something wrong. There's something definitely wrong. Just get to the hospital. Just get to the hospital. What's wrong?
Hi, I'm Travicus. Welcome to All the Things, where we take complicated stuff and break it down into easy-to-understand videos. Today, we're diving into panic attacks, what they actually are, why they feel scary, and how to handle them. And if you're into complicated things explained simply, we do this every week. The subscribe button is on the bottom left. A panic attack is your body's fight or flight response. It's activating at full intensity when there is no actual threat. But the terror is absolutely real. The sensations are real. The fear that something catastrophic is happening is real. This is a full body event involving your brain, your nervous system, and every organ in your body. Here are some typical symptoms: racing heart or palpitations, shortness of breath, feeling like you can't breathe, chest pain, sweating, dizziness, lightheadedness, tingling, numbness in your hands or feet, feeling detached from reality, and this overwhelming sense of impending doom. Sounds fun, doesn't it? Yeah, panic attacks are terrible. Terrible. If you've had one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you've never had one, well, honestly, I hope you never do. Panic attacks usually peak within 10 minutes and rarely last longer than 20 to 30 minutes. But while you're in it, those minutes can feel like an eternity. And the fear doesn't just come from physical sensations, it comes from not understanding what's happening. When your heart is racing and you can't breathe, and your brain says, "This must be a heart attack, I'm dying," that interpretation makes everything worse. And that guy in the car you just witnessed, yeah, that was me. I freaked out and I had a panic attack and I drove myself to the emergency room because I didn't know what was happening. So I understand what it feels like to think that it's going to be over in a couple seconds. So what's actually happening in your brain? Well, it starts with your amygdala. It's your brain's threat detection center. Let's just call her Amy so we remember who she is. Her job is to scan your environment constantly, looking for danger. And when it detects something threatening or something it thinks might be threatening, it sends off an alarm, and that alarm triggers your fight or flight system. And the thing about Amy, she works so fast, she doesn't even confirm with you if the threat is real. Amy has to make split-second decisions, and if you look at our video on snake detection theory, you can see exactly why that has to happen. Maybe you felt your heart skip a beat, a totally normal, harmless thing that happens to everyone, but your amygdala interprets that sensation as danger. Or maybe you're in a crowded place and you started feeling trapped, and your amygdala tags that as a threat. And once the amygdala sounds that alarm, it sends a chain reaction through your entire body. Now that's a pretty complicated system that needs about 10 videos to explain. It's just important for you to know that Amy overreacted to a threat that wasn't even there, and now your body is in fight or flight mode. And that's where all those feelings are coming from. When your body goes into fight or flight mode, here are some of the things that you could be feeling. Your heart rate skyrockets. Your breathing becomes rapid and shallow. Your muscles tense up. Your pupils dilate. You sweat. You feel detached from reality. Every one of these symptoms is a normal part of your fight or flight response. None of them are dangerous. If you were in actual danger, if a saber-toothed tiger was charging you, these changes would save your life. When they happen without any real threat, it's just terrifying. Probably just as terrifying if there actually was a saber-toothed tiger trying to eat you. And this is where panic attacks get worse, the feedback loop. You feel your heart racing and your chest tightening, and your brain interprets those sensations as evidence that something is seriously wrong. My heart is beating too fast. I must be having a heart attack. I can't breathe. I'm going to suffocate. I feel like I'm dying. I must actually be dying. The thought, "I'm dying," triggers more fear. More fear signals to the amygdala. The amygdala, Amy, responds by ringing her alarm even louder, which makes you more convinced you're dying, which triggers more fear. It's a feedback loop. That's why panic attacks escalate so fast. Within seconds, you go from something feels off to, "I'm absolutely convinced I'm about to die." Your conscious mind is trying to make sense of physical sensations, and the only explanation is it's going to be a catastrophe. Panic attacks eventually end. Always. Your body cannot maintain that physiological arousal indefinitely. It's impossible. After about 10 to 20 minutes, the parasympathetic nervous system kicks in. That's the panic attack break, which brings you back into your cool, calm, collected, everyday, non-panicking self. Now, understanding this doesn't make panic attacks less frightening, but it can afterwards. Knowing that what you've experienced was Amy overreacting, not a heart attack, not a stroke, not impeding death, it can reduce some of the fear. And reducing the fear can weaken the feedback loop. Now, there are other techniques that can help you get out of this panic attack faster. And those are these techniques. Number 1, box breathing. That is where you control your breath. You breathe in for 4 seconds through your nose. You hold for 4 seconds. And then you exhale from your mouth for 4 seconds. Slowing your breathing and controlling your breathing sends a signal to Amy that says, "Hey, everything's fine." That's what slowing your breathing does. Number 2, grounding. And this really helps for when you feel like things aren't real and you're not in the real world. And that is a symptom of a panic attack. So what I want you to do is I want you to identify 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can touch, 3 things that you can hear, even if it's this voice, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. That brings you out of that catastrophic future thinking, and it puts you in the present. That's where your mind can be at rest, because right now you're breathing. You're okay. Come back to the present. And then number 3, the last one, you name it. You know Amy has overreacted. She's ringing an alarm bell for a threat that isn't there, and this will pass. Even if it feels terrible, a panic attack itself cannot hurt you. So remember, the next time your heart starts racing, Amy overreacted to a threat that simply isn't there. Panic attacks are one of the most frightening experiences a person can have. The terror is real. The physical sensations are real. The conviction that you are dying is real. But if you take anything away from this video, let it be this: you have survived every panic attack you have ever had. And even though this time it feels different, you are safe. Unless you actually are getting chased by a saber-toothed tiger, then by all means, run!